Speaking of which, I used to like doing that because you'd be walking around doing this, so I pretend I. Oh. Got him! Because you're calling me Justin Wig, it's just too appropriate. Let's see how good I can show you this photo. Because I was dressed up, and I was like, I want to see how I look dressed up and holding my gel blaster. So let me see how well I can show this to you. Oh, there you go. It's a bit blurry. Oh, move back a bit. But anyway, you get the idea. Oh, okay. Fuck. I was like, what is that glowing thing? And I. Holy shit. That was smooth. I don't think I'm getting revived though, some reason. And I might actually quit and rejoin because I want to take TTB out of my name. Oh, I have a badge. How do I put that on? Also that. How do I... Oh no. Oh, we are still Rooskies. Yes! That was so worth it. Man, I kinda wanna clip that. Oh, there's no one here to clip it. Come on, someone walk into it. Damn it! Ah! So Gucci. Probably the Gucci-est. Oh no, that is not opposite of what I just said. Ew. And I cannot stress this enough. Whoa. That's a sneaky boy over here. Oh, there's a few. There's a few of them. There's a few. Oh, that's a... Jesus. Did they instantly... Where'd the hunter go? I need to add commands like that. Song request your mom. Your mom, dude. Song request your mom. Got him. Sorry, I had to do that. Fog. I don't know why this one's snapped. That's pretty much... That epitomizes the ship designer experience. Like, take someone else's kids. A lot of them are already gamers, so it can save you a lot of time. And you just like handcuff them in your basement, and there you go. Squad. Still not sure if Starbase is available on Xbox. I don't think it is. I don't think... They can't tell me why I want a jet ski. A jet ski is a vehicle of peace.
Most of it's underwater. You'll need this breather.
Free breather? I hardly know her. I hardly know her. Are you laughing yet? Right, I'm like a small tank. What's he gonna do?
Hello.
Yes? Yes?
The game's very loud in my ears. No one's here yet, so
He's fucked.
no matter.
Moving on intercept course.
Yeah,
Moving to intercept.
fortunately, I can't change the settings either. Because first, I need to go into a tutorial. Just gonna turn it down a little bit so I can hear myself. And I'll adjust the actual volume of the game in mere moments. Mere moments. Complex strategy game with mechanics and systems that can easily overwhelm the unprepared. It is highly recommended to play through the Fleet Academy to quickly get into commanding your space fleet. Click below to go to the tutorial now, or find it later under the campaigns menu. Or find it later. Okay, I like the sound of that. I'll go cancel. Settings. First of all, audio. %, we'll see how that goes. Graphics. This needs to be not full screen. They're not borderless? And prevent them from being baked, reducing required texture memory for low-end computers or very large games. Very large games. Huh. Everything else here is in order. I guess I'll stick with full screen because it doesn't have borderless. I'm still seeing 60 frames, so I don't know if it's just in the menu that it's limiting that, but hopefully it gets higher when I play the video game. Oh, that's not such a great... let's go with this one. Or this one? No, this one. I like this one. Single player, campaign / tutorial, Fleet Academy. Right. My stream manager. There we go. It was missing the little icon for the game and it was shitting me. In the Alliance system of Emmett Time, Bradford Naval Academy is the first stop in the naval careers of fresh officers, where grueling lessons and lengthy practical trials are held to shape future spaces into prime officer material. I'm about to be prime officer material. That's pretty badass. Among them, Lesson 1, Interface and Basic Maneuvering. Among the most important lessons is effective fleet management, where knowing how to properly maneuver individual ships and assigning formations can create an effective force when in battle. Let's do it. I already knew I was going to have to do a tutorial for this because... And I'm so glad there is one, because it's going to be complicated. So we have the ANS Small Beginnings and FF786. Oh, that's just its number. FF786, FF550. A Rains class frigate, 2 Rains class frigates with similar loadouts. This one has 2 cannons and a missile launcher, along with bullseye radar. So this is our shooter. ANS Dusty Tome has 1 cannon, 2 missiles, and a jammer. So he feels like more of a support loadout, but just at a complete, noob's look at this. I've never... So I assume the jammer will help to prevent enemies from targeting anything near this ship. So if I keep him near this ship, and also he's got missiles for sort of longer range supportive fire, so he's going to sit behind the Small Beginnings. That's the way I'm picturing it. Internal message service. All messages are monitored. You have 1 message from Ash Hazel. Welcome to Bradford, Commander. I'm Lieutenant Hazel, and I've been assigned as your instructor to get you up to speed with the command interface on your warship. Lieutenant Meadows was reassigned to train pilots and carrier commanders, so I'll be guiding you through your standard trials. To start, we'll be getting you familiar with the controls and how to actually command a warship, and I'll be with you in the CIC. Yeah, I see. I'll meet you on board. Moose, finally, someone's here. CIC. Shit. Combat Information Center. That's where we'll be. Combat Information Center. You're beautiful. I'm about to start my first lesson in three-dimensional space warfare.
Commander, I'm Lieutenant Hazel. I'll be guiding you through the trial
Voice
to
acting.
determine if you're cleared for operations. The brass has their eyes on you, so try not to embarrass me.
Copy.
Let's get you familiar with the view controls first. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse to angle your view.
Alright.
Now use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. And most importantly, moving the view. Use W, A, S, and D to pan the view. E and C will raise and lower your view in the battle space, respectively.
Oh, I see.
And that's it. Let's move on to the actual interface. We're going to select one of our ships now, so sit tight.
Okay.
You can select a ship either by clicking on its icon in the battle space, selecting it in the ship list, or pressing its corresponding number key indicated in the ship
How are you,
list.
Moose?
Standing by. We're ready whenever you are. We're ready whenever you are. Ready.
Cool, cool.
You've selected a ship. Now if you want to focus your view on the ship, you can use the F key. You can also do this by double tapping the ship's number key to both select and focus on the ship at the same time. When focused, your view will automatically track the selecting unit until you move the view. This ship in particular is the Rains-class frigate. It's the most common warship in the fleets, with a generous balance of speed, agility, armoring, and some good room for a good mix of support modules and weapon systems.
I'm good too, Moose. Trying out this new game. I'm interested. I'm excited. Introduce some cool tactical, strategic space warfare.
You'll also see at the bottom of the screen a readout of the selected ship. This is the ship information bar, and it's a list
Glad
of
you're
the
good.
status of modules, weapons, current orders, and the general posture of the warship.
Okay, hold on. Let me reread that. Status of modules, weapons, current orders, general posture of the ship. So a lot of shit disabled. Throttle set to full. Maneuvering. Evasive flight settings will make random course changes to attempt to avoid incoming fire. Ooh. So what is that? Okay, this is director evasive. Prolonged use of flank speed will cause damage to engines. So we've got full, flank, 1/3, 2/3, full. Okay, I like that's a good range of settings, I think. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What else we got here? Formation positioning. So I can't. My bad. I do 1, shift 2, control 1. Okay, still only do one at a time. You cup of coffee? Well, I beat you to it. Let me know when you get back.
This window is the damage control status board, and it'll be one of the most important items when in battle, as it shows the condition of all modules on the ship as a color gradient. Green means functional and undamaged, while red means heavy damage. A destroyed module or weapon is indicated in gray.
Was it a hunting rifle, Moose? Was it bolt action? I think I saw that. Let me double check. I made some cool changes in Discord. Not stuff no one's probably going to use, but still cool. What caliber is it? I can't tell from the ammo. Posted new vids of my guns on YouTube. Feel free to check them out. Oh, 17 HMO. Okay, I saw the number 17. I thought that might be the caliber, but I didn't recognize it. 17 HMO. So it's like in millimeters is like case length 26. So it's like 4.4 by 27. So okay, that's why we refer to it as 17, because that's shit to say with millimeters. But anyway,
Standing by.
cool.
Damage control is a whole can of worms, so we won't be covering that for now. Let's move on.
Okay.
Next, the mount status display. This shows the status of all external mounts on the hull, which could be weapons, defense systems, or utilities.
Nice. It's giving me good ideas for the game I'm making, so I'm excited.
Currently,
I'm
all of
interested.
our mounts show green with a black slash, indicating they're operational but idle. If you're ever confused at what a color or a symbol means, you can hover over the color status icon with your mouse to see what's going on.
What have I done? I pressed space.
Lastly, we have the posture controls. These define how the ship will operate. From here, you can control maneuvers, which sensor systems are enabled, and toggle specific defensive systems. Right now, I've disabled most of these so we don't toggle something by mistake, but we'll go over these systems later.
Thank you, Hazel.
So you know how the interface works, but what about issuing an order to a ship?
Thank you, Mace. I won't watch it right now, but I'll probably watch it after the stream.
The ANS Small Beginnings is reporting that their drives are online, so we'll get that frigate into a nearby position.
Ready whenever you are.
Select
Copy.
the ANS Small Beginnings and open the action menu by right-clicking anywhere in the battle space.
Okay, let's go.
On the left side of the menu, select the Move or Movement submenu to see all available movement commands. The POS or Position command will order the warship to move to a position and hold there. Select position and move the Small Beginnings within 500 meters of Waypoint Atlas. This is the dial widget, and it will allow you to accurately select a position on the plane the ship is currently on by moving the cursor. You can left-click to confirm an order, or right-click
And rotate.
to change the elevation, hold left control and move your cursor up or down. You can also issue
Whoa.
waypoints by holding left shift and marking a path. The order will only be confirmed when left shift is released and you click again.
Force laid in.
Don't forget, if you need to get a better view, you can still hold the left mouse button to angle your view even while the dial is open. When you're ready, lay in a course for the Small Beginnings to position itself near Waypoint Atlas.
Okay.
Standing by.
God damn, it's difficult.
Moving to that position.
Oh, how is this? How do you do this? Do you
Force laid in.
close?
Force laid in.
That works, I guess. God, trying to move to it.
In the
Ugh.
future, you can also use the M key as a shortcut to issue Move to Position orders. Now let's talk formations. Because only one ship can be commanded at a time, formations are crucial for grouping your forces and keeping management simple.
One ship a minute at a time. Formations are crucial. Oh yes.
The ANS Dusty Tome is reporting they're ready for orders, so we'll have them fall in with the Small Beginnings. Select the Dusty Tome and open the action menu. The Formation command can be found under the Move submenu and is issued with the FRM or Formation button. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Left Shift plus F key. We first have to designate a ship as the guide ship. This ship will be the actual leader for the formation, and all warships following the guide ship will try to copy their current orders. Select the ANS Small Beginnings to mark it as the guide.
Whoa.
Next, you'll need to designate a position for the Dusty Tome to take up in formation. The dial functions exactly like the movement command, but it's relative to the guide ship. Pick a position for the Dusty Tome to keep station on.
Oh, I like it.
Warming up.
The Dusty Tome will move into formation, and they'll try to follow the guide ship as best they can.
I like that. I don't like how hard it is to figure out where a point is in 3D space, but hopefully that the game doesn't actually require me to do that too often.
If the guide ship is moving when the ship is ordered to form up with it, the guide will automatically slow down to allow the other ship to catch up. You can have as many ships as you want in a formation, but keep in mind that there are drawbacks to having a lot of closely packed ships, beyond white-knuckled helmsmen. Spacing is key, and sometimes you need to split up. Ships near each other create a larger radar return, making stealth and evasion more difficult and allowing the enemy to detect you at a longer range. But we won't go over sensor coverage just yet. You can see the structure of your fleet and its formations in the ship list, which dynamically updates to show which ships are in formation with each other.
I like it, I like it.
Orders can be issued to your entire formation at once by opening the action menu in formation mode. This can be done by using left shift plus right click with any ship in the formation selected.
Ready.
The action menu will indicate it's in formation mode by displaying the number of ships the order will be delivered to. For formation mode, don't worry about which ship you have selected, as the order will be delivered to all of them. Easier that way. Movement orders are a special case, as they will always be routed to the guide ship, and the whole formation will follow them. Now let's get the whole formation moving in a direction. The Drive Course command, found on the Move submenu as the CRS or Course button, will order a ship or formation to travel in a certain direction indefinitely. Select the Drive Course command now. Do not issue the order just yet.
Okay. Drive course.
When it comes to picking directions in space, you'll use the Sphere widget. It's similar to the Dial widget from before, but allows for choosing directions more uniformly. It can be a little tricky at first, so take your time and get a feel for it. Moving your mouse cursor around will position the target on the surface of the sphere. By holding left control, you will log the direction and be able to change the radius. This is useful for weapons, as you'll see in a later lesson, but for choosing a course, we really only care about direction. Know that the cursor will remain on one side of the sphere, even if you pan the view. The initial side is determined by where your mouse was relative to the ship when you first opened the widget. If you need to switch the side, hold left control and draw the radius back through the center until it's on the opposite side. Get some practice moving the cursor around now, as selecting a direction or position in 3D space can be very disorienting at first. When you're ready, issue the order to get the formation underway in the given direction.
Which direction? Didn't specify. Do I just pick one? Pick a direction? I did miss you. I did miss you, Moose. So how does this work? What is that whole... Okay, whatever. I mean, I guess I want you to head in that direction.
Course laid in.
The formation will now drive the course until told to do otherwise.
God,
Careful
that's
not to
weird.
lose attention and let them get too far. We've had an incident in the past, and I'm not going to fill out more paperwork. Lastly, let's break the dusty tome back off from the formation. To do so, all you need to do is select the ship and issue a standard movement order to it. That will override its order to keep in formation.
Okay, copy that. You want me to actually do that? Okay.
Underway.
Well, congratulations! That completes your first lesson in maneuvering ships in the battle space. We'll cover more advanced topics like weapons employment and tactical.
Look at 'em burning
next
away.
lesson. I'll see you back at the academy.
Wow, look at him move. So cool. Okay, I guess I exit. The Academy. Weapons employment. An understanding of the vital tactical view and how to properly engage targets with ship-mounted weapons are paramount to a proper fighting force in the fleets. Starting to see gel stuff becoming more of a thing here, but in a weird way, like on TikTok or Facebook, like people in the ghetto will go a fight with them. Weird. From the interface, weapons control is as simple as point and click. Well, maybe not that simple, but it's easier than having to run a command down the line. Academy Command has authorized you for basic weapons trials, so we'll be going over targeting, gunnery, and basic missile usage. It'll be fun! I'm sure it will. Same stuff? Yeah.
Now comes my favorite part. Weapons and how to use them.
Epic. My favorite too,
Don't worry
probably.
about that red contract over in the distance. It's
Hey?
a decommissioned frigate that's been tugged out here for target practice.
Copy.
Before we get to weapons, we need to learn about the tactical view. You can switch between tactical and normal views by pressing spacebar. The view controls here are the same as before, but you can zoom out much further and get a better idea of the situation in the battle space. Take a moment to look around now.
Okay.
The tactical view provides you with a lot of information that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. It's your primary way of knowing what's happening around you. You'll be using it a lot. The range plane shows you both elevation of targets and their distance from a given point. When no ships are selected, it sits at the center of the battle space.
Yep.
Select the small beginnings now to see how the plane changes.
Yeah.
Take note that the range plane moved to center on that ship. It'll also track with it. All ranges will be indicated relative to your currently selected ship.
Okay.
Notice how the line from the enemy track to the range plane has a slight curve. This is because elevation and range are not directly related, so the contact's distance on the plane must be projected onto a sphere.
Elevation and range are not directly related. Yeah, makes sense.
This layout makes it easy to determine the range of a target by looking at the position of the plane relative to your selected ship's capabilities.
In Australia, what all do you have to do to buy a gel stop? Well, in most states you can't. Like, you have to have a firearms license. The same as getting a firearm. You just have to use a copy at the same time. In every state other than Queensland, where I live, and maybe one other state, I just don't know which one it is, they're technically treated the same as firearms. So you have to have a firearms license, go through all firearms safety training, all of that, in order to buy one. But in Queensland, there you can just buy one. You don't need to do anything. Oh, well, after you buy it, technically you should be keeping it locked up when it's not used. But other than that, you don't have to do anything special.
The dotted lines represent maximum ranges of your ship's systems. Red
Yeah, it's a bit
indicates offensive range,
silly.
blue is sensor range, and defensive systems are green.
Wait, what? The dotted lines. Red, offensive, blue sensor, defensive, green. I'm not seeing green. Unless that's what this is. Withdraw line. No, that ain't it. Something else. So we've got blue for sensor, red. I don't see any defensive. Maybe she's about to tell me that. I'm not seeing defensive.
While there are common ship configurations found throughout the fleet, most ships have some unique capability. The ANS Small Beginnings is configured with 2 Mark 62 twin-barrel 120mm cannons and a 16-cell vertical missile launcher.
Nice.
I'm unlocking your weapon systems now, so let's put gunnery to the test with some tried-and-true naval fire.
Yeah, well, before, until a few years ago, gel blasters were also considered a toy in like every state, pretty much. They're in like a grey area, and then most states locked up and said, looks like a firearm, so we're just going to treat it as a firearm. They pretty much just have this really, because ever since some mass shooting from like ages ago, there have been super strict rules on guns, so the rules are very like vague, and they basically say anything that looks like a firearm and shoots projectiles is a firearm. So, but in Queensland, we actually had new like adjustments to the laws made so that people could own gel blasters, and it covered other replica weapons as well. So, Which is actually annoying for the. Apparently, it was annoying for the people who already are collectors of like inert replicas, because it actually added restrictions that they were previously not. Like they previously didn't have to have to worry about. But it enables us to just own gel blasters, so it's nice. Queensland. I'm lucky to be in Queensland, even though we're behind a lot of other ways.
There are
All
several
right.
ways to target weapons. The fastest and simplest is by shooting directly at the sensor track. To do this, right-click the red sensor track to bring up the action menu in track mode.
Okay. Small beginnings. We'll right click.
The action menu will indicate it is in track mode by displaying the targets and track number in the space.
Yep.
It will automatically open the weapons list if there are any weapons on the ship.
Very nice.
The active targeting mode is shown at the top of the list. Right now we are in track mode indicated by TRK. We'll talk about other modes later.
Okay.
Select the cannons from the weapon list and light up the target.
Eyes on target.
We firing?
Definitely seeing some hits there. Looking good.
Okay. I can't even see the ship. Invisible.
If the guns can't hit a target, the ship will automatically roll itself to get current.
It's paintball? Yeah. Well, yeah, we can play paintball. You just
Unmasking.
you need a firearm license to own a paintball marker as well. That's always been the case. That's the same here in Queensland. Because hold on, it should automatically roll itself to get currently active weapon on angle on the target. Oh, unmasking. Ah, that's cool.
Right now you'll notice that our fire is pretty inaccurate. This is because our targeting solution isn't using a fire control lock. The red dot jumping around near the track shows where our sensors think the target is.
Oh, I see.
Let's
That's what that
improve our
is.
targeting accuracy by locking the target with our bullseye fire control radar, located on the top of the ship. To do this, right-click the track and select the LCK, or lock, at the top of the action menu. You can also use the X key keyboard shortcut.
Yeah, so with paintball, you just go to a field to play. So if you want to own a paintball marker, you have to have a firearms license. But anyone can go to a paintball field and play. Just like I'm pretty sure anyone can go to like a shooting range and shoot a gun. They don't need to have a license to do that, as long as they're being supervised by people with licenses that allow them to supervise unlicensed shooters. So, like, I don't need a license to try out a paintball gun and play it at a field, or try out a real gun at a shooting range, but I would need a license to own one.
Notice the new icon on the target. This indicates that the target is locked on and is providing much better accuracy and
Oh,
increased
yes.
update rate on the target.
Very epic. We are
Remember,
hitting the
not all
target.
ships have fire control radar, and you'll only be able to get a lock with ships that have them equipped. Right now we are shooting armor-piercing, AP, shells at the target. Armor-piercing is effective on armor plating, but will only deal damage to internal components directly in the shell's path once it punctures the hull. Well,
I wouldn't mind getting a visual
lock.
lock.
We can deal even more damage by switching the shell type to high explosive, dealing damage to a wide area in the target's internals. We use high explosive, HE shells, against targets of appropriate size or smaller, or larger targets with heavy armor damage. HE shells cause much less damage to armor, but penetration will explode inside and do damage to all nearby components and personnel. To switch to HE shells, first open the action menu in track mode by right-clicking the track. In the weapons list, next to the cannons entry, click on the ammunition icon to open the ammunition list.
Nice.
Click the 120mm HE shell option to select it. The ammo switch is now pending and will only be executed if a new fire order is given. To begin firing the new ammo type, click the weapon group to confirm the ammunition change.
We've got him now.
Now we'll
We've
select the
got 'em
smoke
now.
clouds and watch what it's up to.
I've already got it selected. Look at those little booms. Different traces. Not very accurate.
The mounts
Okay.
display shows the ship's cannons are firing and cycling. When the yellow bar is filled, the cannon will fire again. We can also see that the fire controls radar is solid green, indicating it's active and it has an active lock-on.
Epic.
Here's the active orders list, showing an icon for each order the ship is currently executing. Right now we have an order to fire our guns and an order to lock the target.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot to take in.
Have the small beginnings hold fire and break their lock on by right-clicking on the order icons to cancel them. And that's the basics of gunnery. The key thing is to know what ammunition to use, especially as your target takes more damage to warrant the big stuff. But what if you don't have a sensor track?
That's what I was thinking.
Take a look at your ship's hulls, and you'll notice the 4 white octagons on the sides. These are radar panels, and provide coverage for their respective sector of space. There's also a central control module inside the ship, which tracks what these panels see.
Radar. Yeah, I'm sorry. What? Take a look at your ship's hulls. Oh, these. Okay, yeah.
When panels are damaged or destroyed, you'll lose coverage in that area. Similarly, if the radar controller is destroyed, you'll lose all coverage in all directions. Obviously, fighting blind is not a good thing, but that won't put you out of the fight just yet. Direct fire weapons like cannons can fall back on visual targeting, where the crew will provide targeting data to your guns using onboard optics. Some weapons like missiles can't do this, however.
Surely there's some sort of visually guided missile, just like in real life with laser guided and tow missiles.
I've ordered your
But
crew to disable the radar.
maybe that doesn't work in space because they're so far away.
You don't want the first time you're operating without radar to be the real deal.
What? Okay.
With sensors disabled, you will now see visual contacts when you have one of your ships selected, and nothing when no ship is selected. Visual contacts are only useful to the ship that actually sees the target, unlike the sensor track, which was shared across all ships.
Oh. A badass gun I really want, but costs $2,000? Surely. Surely? Yes, sure. Send a pic of that. I'm not going to check right now, but I'll look when I've got a moment. Springfield Hellion. Sounds cool.
If you don't see anything, you'll need to move within visual range, about 3,200 meters. I've created a marker in the general area for your reference. That won't happen in actual battle.
Wait, are you saying this is an arbitrary number is what we consider visual range? Fair
You can
enough.
fire on visual contacts the same way you did with the sensor tracks. Use visual targeting to fire at the target ship with the small beginnings guns again.
Okay.
Send traffic.
I'm going to have to move you then, aren't I? Figure out how to get movement down. Like, moving to this location is actually hard as fuck. It's really annoying. Move to position. Right, like, if I do this, then, okay, see that's obviously the wrong elevation. So the first thing I need to do is get a bird's eye. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Let's get like a bird's eye view. And go, let's say, to here. And then hold control. And then move to a sideways view. Get rough elevation to like there.
Aye, aye. Proceeding.
Yeah, that's good. That worked well. Okay, but it's annoying that that's not like it's not more natural that I have to sort of get myself into a bird's eye view and then hold control and then get myself into a sideways view. Like if there was a button to do that, that would be a lot better. But they haven't taught me about one yet. We're going very close as well. I don't have to be this close, I don't think. Although I still haven't seen it, so there's no visual... There he is. Visual, cannons. HE, let's go. Take it.
In a situation like this, you can imagine things are not going too well for you, but you'll at least still be a threat, so don't feel too cut up if your sensors go dark.
The firing? Yeah, can we fire missiles yet?
Now missiles. The ships in this fleet carry 2 variants of the SGM-2 series anti-ship cruise missiles, the Thunderhead.
Let me look up the Helium. Images. Whoa! Looks familiar, actually. It looks like something from a Splinter Cell game.
The Hurricane is a command-guided missile, which means it is guided to the target by a launching ship. If it misses the target, it will come back around and try again until it runs out of fuel, is shot down, or finally hits the target. Command missiles are very difficult to avoid. The only way to defeat them without destroying the missile itself is by destroying the launching ship or jamming its sensors or communication. Shoot the archer, as we say. The downside is that the Hurricane must be shot at a sensor track. If you lose a track, the Hurricane will be useless. Let's launch 3 Hurricane missiles at the target. Start by opening the action menu in track mode on the target.
We're
I'm
reading.
gonna use the dusty tone for this.
Now select the SGM-225 Hurricane with the weapons list. This will queue up a single missile shot at the target and leave you with an active track selection widget. Multiple missiles can be fired with a single order using the left Alt key. Hold the left Alt key and click on the target to add 1 more missile per click. The number of queued missiles is shown next to your mouse cursor. To issue the order, you can either click the left mouse button with the left Alt key released, or if you don't want to add another missile, you can press the Enter key to submit as is.
Launch confirmed.
3 missiles. Oh, we already launched 2. I only sent 1. Look at them. Shaky divide. It does look badass, by the way, that gun. Cool. 3 Hurricane missiles at the target. I did. I fired 3. Oh my god. I'll fire another 3. And that thing's not looking good. 3. That's 3.
Launch confirmed.
3 missiles. Why is it only launching 2? Like 2 salvos, what?
Launch tube clear.
There, how's that?
Reserves are low.
Yeah, that's fine. Weird. That's all my missiles gone. Oh, well, I can use this guy to complete it, if that still doesn't work. Or maybe I'm meant to be doing it from small beginnings. Actually, I might have to do that. Too close! Oh, we better back up then. Move to position. Move back to, like, I don't know. Move back about 1 kilometer.
On it.
That's fine. I don't know how close is too close. Let's go to tactical view. Is there a dead zone? Doesn't tell me a dead zone. Too close. Look at its turn. I wonder if we could tell it what direction to face when it's moving. So it keeps one face pointing the way we want it, if that makes sense. So I keep its guns pointed at the target, or whatever. Or if it had like armor panels that was still operational and I wanted to protect the ship. I guess it has a main thrust, so it has to go in that direction. Okay, so surely now... Be close. Damn. Another kilometer away,
Helm, take a
sort of. As soon as we are no longer too close, I'll just send a fucking salvo of these. Also, cancel those gun orders, we don't need them. I have to be. Oh, it's just a warning though. I reckon I can still do it. Yeah, I can still do it. What? Alt.
Solution locked in.
And 3.
Missiles are one of your most
That
limited
works.
and
There we
precious
go.
resources, second only to the ships themselves. They are extremely powerful, but extremely scarce. You'll need to know when to use them, as it can't be replenished under normal circumstances outside of a port. A frigate like the Rains will be crippled by only 2 or 3 missile hits, but in a real fight it will often take more than that to penetrate an enemy's point defense, which are a serious threat to hurricanes as they tend to fly in a direct path. The ANS Dusty Tome is carrying a different missile loadout.
Receiving.
This frigate is carrying Thunderheads, an active radar-guided missile, which means it carries its own method for finding targets, allowing it to seek targets by itself.
Nice.
It can be targeted in the same way as the Hurricane missiles, but once it has left the tube, it's entirely autonomous. When it reaches the end of its path, it will activate its onboard seeker and begin searching for a target. The greatest benefit of active missiles is that they can be sent on complex waypoint paths, allowing for multi-angle strikes and even hitting targets behind asteroids. But we'll cover that when you get to your advanced missile trials. For now, let's just fire 3 Thunderhead missiles at the target as we did before with the Hurricanes.
Copy. Thunderhead. 1, 2, 3.
Launch confirmed.
Send.
As easy as it is to use active radar missiles, there are some downsides to their operation.
Go on.
The first is that the missile must find a target within the cone of its seeker in order to track and kill it. This makes evasive maneuvers such as course changes an easy way to defeat active missiles fired at long range, especially against fast-moving targets. The second shortcoming is that active seekers are easy to decoy with chaff and other countermeasures, meaning more missiles need to be used in order to score a hit, as active missile radars are particularly sensitive to jamming and decoys.
I hope it would be cool if I can set up like a missile pattern and
I'll
save
help
that.
logistics retrieve the dummy ship, and I
be
recommend
cool.
looking into all the weapons when you get your chance. I'll see you at the academy.
Because I'd like to be able to save, like, with especially with the active missiles, a sort of like a blooming pattern where, like, you send, say, I don't know, 4 or 6, and they all sort of go out in like every direction, like a circle, and then come back in, point at the target. So they're sort of overlapping, but also so then no matter which direction it moves, it's still going to be in the cone for at least one of those missiles. That would be cool. Be a lot of missiles though spent just to hit a ship, but be cool when you need it and you've got some missiles banked up. Damage control. Let's go. Extensive damage control training ensures a ship is able to maintain combat capability even under enemy fire. Well, we want to maintain capability under enemy fire. Oh, I didn't read the cool thingy. Oh.
Alright, ready for something really nerve-wracking? For as long as you're out here in space, it's inevitable that you're going to take a few hits over the course of your career.
Yep.
In reality, the odds of us coming out unscathed in an engagement are exceedingly low. If you want to stay fit and combat effective, you're going to need to learn how to repair damage. Let's begin. To start, select the ANS Small Beginnings. I've had my boys set up some simulated scenarios for us to cover. Just stay cool. You'll start seeing some damage come up. For the purpose
Oh
of
no,
this training
damage.
exercise, I've just simulated damage in 3 of the Small Beginnings subsystems. Mount 1, the main radar controller, and the Combat Information Center. In the ship list, you'll notice a number of new icons have appeared.
Basic CIC, frontline radar and Mark 62 cannon, 2 fires, command disabled.
The orange number indicates the number of damaged components with active debuffs, which affects the performance of those damaged components.
Oh, you know what? I just realized. I think my my efflux is changing the colors that I'm seeing. Disable efflux. I thought the game just had an orange vibe to it, which it kind of does, but yeah, there we go. Oh, it's much better. Oh, my
If
bad.
there's a fire, it will be indicated here. Obviously, a fire in an enclosed space is a serious threat to ship survival. It'll slowly damage the ship over time, and it'll also slow down the working speed of damage control teams. This red number indicates the components have been damaged to the point where they are no longer functional. This also includes components which have been completely destroyed.
Right.
The red chevrons indicate the ship's command system are not operational, meaning they are no longer receiving any orders. Open the action menu to see what it looks like. The text at the center of the action menu will display "Not Receiving" when a ship can't receive orders. This is because the CIC, or Combat Information Center...
Baron, you can have to zoom in on every ship? Yes, it did tell me that already. Where we've been through that tutorial. How you doing, Baron?
This allows you to get your ship to safety and effect repairs. However, this ship isn't fitted with that.
Hold on, I missed what she said. Backup command systems. Oh yes, very cool. This ship is not fitted there.
Going back to the ship's status display, we can see the damaged components and their locations.
Yes.
By clicking on the status display, we can open the damage control board. Do so now. The damage control board will show all of the components installed on the ship and their current status. You can use the filter buttons at the top to suppress things that you don't want to see.
Oh, they repaired CIC. Or, not really, it still looks pretty damaged, but it's back enough that they are listening.
Your damage control officer will automatically prioritize repairs based on how important a component is. For example, your reactor and CIC are going to be priority 1, as they're critical to the operation of the ship.
Nice. 3%. I guess that's enough. I guess it was at 0%.
If you have your own priorities, you can click on one of the items on the board to prioritize it manually. Prioritized items are highlighted in blue. Keep in mind that changing priorities frequently can cause teams to move around a lot, which wastes valuable time that could be used for repairs. Damage control teams are stationed in a DC locker and will move from there when damage is taken. It'll take time for repairs to start, as the teams need to get themselves and their tools to the casualty.
DC locker. Nice.
You can see the progress of the damage control teams by the gauge filling up on their token. Hazards like fires are their first priority, before they'll begin repairing actual damage, as these can deal damage over time. The important thing to remember is that once a component has taken damage below 90%, it can never be fully repaired back to 100%. Maximum repair is 10% more than the lowest integrity level the component had at the time of repairs.
Oh. So this went down to 5% then, I guess, because it only went back up to 15. Just 10% higher than 5. I guess. Must be what happened.
We'll let your teams work before we continue.
I think
Let's
they're done.
do 2 more drills. The first is a component restoration exercise.
Big.
The CIC is now destroyed, with the integrity at 0%. Repair teams won't begin repairs to get it operational again, without you explicitly telling them to do so.
Seems odd, but alright.
You'll need to get it repaired. In the damage control board, find the CIC and use left shift plus left click to order your repair teams to start working on it. Once it's repaired, the ship will be able to receive orders again.
You'd think of all the things on the ship, the CIC and the reactor, they would repair without being told to, but...
The equipment to do so is stored in the DC locker, and each locker only holds enough materials for 1 or 2 restorations.
What did I miss? Oh, equipment in the DC locker doesn't tell me how much is in there currently. Maybe it shows it somewhere else.
Although the CIC is disabled and this ship can't receive orders to move or fire, you will always be able to prioritize damage control to attempt repairs. But this means that your repair teams are extremely vulnerable. They're moving into parts of the ship that are actively taking enemy fire and could very well be killed. If all the personnel on a team are killed in action, you'll lose the team completely. If you run out of repair teams, you won't be able to repair at all. You can't replenish teams outside of a port, so keep that in mind. We'll wait for your teams to finish their work, then we'll continue.
We're nearly done. We're getting there. Restored.
Now that the CIC is restored, the Small Beginnings is ready to receive orders again. After the teams reboot all of the computers, that is.
Ah. Good old computer reboot.
Lastly, we'll do something a little dangerous, a catastrophic scenario. Most component damage is localized, and will only affect the part of the ship where the damage was received. On the other hand, catastrophic scenarios are situations which, left unchecked, will eventually take the whole ship down.
Don't want that.
These situations include reactor overloads, magazine explosions, and fuel line fires, just to name a few. Your repair teams will automatically move to prevent catastrophic damage, so there's not much you can do
Reactor
to see
overload.
damage. Just get a feel for what it will look like.
50 seconds. 1 minute 50.
Your damage control officer will always prioritize repairs for a situation like this. The ship's survival always comes first. Notice the flashing warning icon in the ship's list. Below the icon is an estimated countdown before the situation gets out of control. If you don't know what's wrong, you can hover over the warning icon to see a tooltip.
Oh, well, this one, yes. But this doesn't seem to be giving me that. That's not giving me a tooltip. This is. Maybe that's what she meant. But she said warning icon. Below the icon is a countdown. So that's this icon, but that's not giving me a tooltip.
Out of all the catastrophic damage you might see, reactor overloads are the most deadly. Your teams know how to work with a damaged reactor, but fires and other hazards can make it a nearly impossible task to complete. Should the reactor go critical, you'll see a reactor bloom with a blast radius of about 1.5 kilometers. Standard doctrine states to move all of the friendly warships out of the danger radius of the ship with an impending reactor overload.
I'd probably have standard formation as more spread than that.
Be careful
just-
around enemy wrecks as well. Your weapons
Or at least
could have damaged the reactor housing,
far enough that
and
they can
you'll
get out
little
easy.
to no warning before they go off.
Your weapons could have damaged their reactor housings, and you'll get little to no warning before they go off. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. so when I got, kill confirmed on a ship, they might just blow up 2 minutes later.
But Commander, that's it for your damage control trials. Just keep an eye on your teams and be smart about their movements, and you'll come out just fine. Remember, the ship's survival always comes first.
Copy. Nice. Alright, sensors and electronic warfare. God, I don't feel like I'm prepared for actual comp. Like, when I get into an actual fight, I just want it to be like a 1v1, just so I can get a justice to let all of this come together. I guess the 2v2 actually would be better.
Understand your sensors,
So I still have
and
some
easily
amount of teamwork going
act
on.
as your eyes in the battle space. After all, you can't shoot what you can't see.
Yeah. Okay.
But now it's time to learn how they actually work. How to evade detection while spotting the enemy, and how to fool your opponent is absolutely paramount to a successful engagement. Let's begin.
Fool your.
Select the ANS Small Beginnings.
Standing by.
The first thing we'll talk about is your signature size and methods of signature control.
Tracked by enemy sensors. Nice.
Active sensors like radar detect enemy ships by bouncing radio waves off of them. The physical size of your ship, combined with the angle of surface and the cross-sectional area from the viewing angle, affect the size of the return energy. In other words, the same ship will appear on sensors at a longer range if its broadside is facing the enemy versus being bow on. The smallest radar cross-section for the Rain's frigate, for example, is from above and below the port and starboard stern.
The what? Sorry, I don't know these. I know port and starboard, but above and below. Stern. I keep forgetting I can come back to the ship. I don't know, I'm kind of picturing the smallest cross-section being just the front. What does she mean? The smallest radar cross-section for the Rain's frigate is from above and below the port. Okay, where's my phone? Hey Google, on a ship, what is the stern? That's not what I said.
This came back from a search.
Shut up, Google. You don't know your shit. The back or aftmost part of a ship. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Also don't know what bow is technically. Port and starboard. Below, is it from above and below the port and starboard stern? What are you saying? Like, what? I don't understand. Oh, okay, whatever.
You can see the size of your signature by hovering over the signature summary on the ship information bar.
Signatures. Which is this? No, that's not it. One nearby ships plus 15%. Okay.
There are other contributing factors to the size of your signature, including what modules are active and how many ships are nearby. Right now, there is another ship nearby, which is boosting the size of the radar return and making it so the enemy can see us at a longer range. Let's lower our footprint. Move the small beginnings more than 250 meters away from the Dusty Tome, so you won't contribute to each other's signatures. Don't move towards the enemy. We want to keep our current range.
Okay. Not towards the enemy. Right. Apparently, how far away are we? Oh, 200. So it just needs to be a little further away. Literally like 100 meters that way. Let's go 150.
Moving.
Can I keep it facing a certain way? That would be good.
If
Phenomenal.
you hover over the signature summary with your mouse, you will see the nearby ships modifier is gone, reducing our overall footprint. It's good, but we'll need to do better if we want to hide ourselves from the enemy. On the ship list, the yellow icon indicates that the ship is spotted by the enemy's sensors and is being tracked. Similarly, a red crosshair here would show that the ship is locked by the enemy's fire control radar. We have a good set of tools to reduce our radar footprint even further. Let's see what we can do to shake the enemy off. This switch will toggle our radar systems off, greatly reducing our footprint.
Rating state of the ship's sensor suite. All sensors operate under the same uniform condition. Disabling sensors will cause your ship to become reliant on the sensors of other ships in the fleet, but will reduce its overall signature, making it more difficult to detect. Ah.
This switch disables our communication suites, which can provide a modest reduction in our signature size.
Okay. Only receive. Minimal. Nice.
Go ahead and turn off both of these now, and see how
I
it
did.
affects our signature size.
Yeah, we're at minimal. Epic.
You may be surprised to see that even with your radars off, you are still seeing tracks. This is because the ANS Dusty Tome still has the radars and comms on, and is transmitting tracks to the small beginnings, sharing their own data.
Right, so this makes something like a command ship actually quite valuable. That's interesting because in a lot of sci-fi, you have like flagships, right, which don't actually really make sense, except as anything other than like a carrier, like an aircraft carrier in real life. But in this game, they make it make sense because one big heavily armored brick that's feeding sensor data to everything else means it can attract and absorb all the enemy fire while everyone else can maneuver, share that sensor data, and minimize their signature.
Hover over Signature Summary with your mouse to see how changing these emission settings altered your signature.
Yeah, I did. I hovered over.
If you didn't move too close to the enemy, you'll notice that the yellow icon indicating the ship is being tracked has disappeared. If you're still being tracked, it might be because your hull is at an angle that maximizes radar reflections.
Well, how do I
Again,
affect
the
that?
lower signature size reduces the distance at which the enemy can detect you, even
I
if you
just-
are well inside their maximum sensor range.
Move. Position, hold heading. Roll ship. Yeah, roll ship. I just want to... No, see, that's not what I mean. I want to turn the ship. Cancel. Hold heading? Oh, I can point it in this direction. Yeah, so I can point it at... Can I set the heading to be a track? No, that would be cool. That'd be very intuitive. Let's go like this.
Executing your orders.
You'd think pointing the front at them would be best. That's going to make our cross section smallest. Right? Like that is a much smaller picture than that. That's how I thought it would work, but the way she described it didn't really make sense to me. Still being tracked, so that's not helping. So how does the heading work? Honestly, really confused by that. She said it was above and below the port and starboard stern. If that is the stern, this big booty end, and above and below means, you know, either above or below, and port and starboard, then she's just saying the stern, like above and below the stern. But I can't just point this at them, because then all the rest of this would also be pointed at. Like, I don't understand. Okay, well, I'll try doing that next, though. So we'll try basically setting the heading to like down like this,
Roger that.
I guess. It's not really helping. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm a little confused.
Disabling emissions also has the added benefit of making you undetectable by passive sensors. Passive radar sensing is typically able to detect you 125% further away from your maximum radar range, so being invisible to it has an obvious benefit. The downside, of course, is that turning off your radars means you can't detect threats as easily. Similarly, disabling comms means that the ship is no longer transmitting any tracks it sees to friendly ships in the fleet. Ships with their comms off will still be able to receive tracks from other transmitting ships, so they can act as a silent shooter.
Hold on. I want to set the heading again. Set the heading to like...
Acknowledged.
Kind of cool, I can line that up. That should work well.
Acknowledged.
Anyway,
Go ahead and re-enable both the radar and the communications on the small beginnings.
hold on, I'm still pointing the ship at them. It's gonna be epic. Radar, comms.
Now it's time to experience what having your sensors jammed feels like.
No, they're gonna violate my senses.
We're being jammed.
Confusing, right?
We'll see him. But yes, it is confusing. Hold on, let me I want to set his heading, just because I feel like it. Yes.
The jammer is saturating our radar with radio waves, making it difficult for our systems to find legitimate contacts. This noise of contacts is what we are seeing, instead of the real radar picture.
On the real one, like I can actually highlight them, that's cool.
Notice that we lost track of the ship in front of us, but the one on the right is still clear as day. This is because jamming only affects the area around the direction that is being jammed. Keep this in mind when you're trying to use jamming to protect your own ships. We do have a tool available that can be used in a pinch, the burn-through sweep. Not all radar modules have this, but allows for a short, high-powered sweep in all directions. To execute the burn-through sweep, open the action menu and select the BRN or burn-through command on the top. Then, as quickly as you can, attempt to lock the target. You can use the X key for the lock-on shortcut. Burn-through sweeps will show a unique icon for detected targets, making it easier to spot the target through the noise. The icon will linger for about 30 seconds to give you time to lock on. Locked targets are much less susceptible to being lost through jamming.
Less susceptible, but can still be jammed. Okay. So, burn through sweep, and then lock.
Fire control solution. We're being jammed.
They can try.
That's it. Most of the time you'll be able to maintain a fire control lock in spite of jamming. But keep in mind that jamming power stacks, so a fleet with enough jammers active at the same time will break any lock.
Why is this guy rolling? Also, both his guns can see.
Because burn-through sweeps use a much higher power output, they also have the added benefit of being able to spot smaller, weaker contacts at a greater range. This is useful for finding small scout ships or approaching missiles.
Finding small scout ships or approaching missiles.
The downside is that the higher power output runs the risk of causing damage to the amplifiers every time you use it, so be careful not to burn out your radars. Your other option for burning through jamming is simply to get closer to the enemy, brute forcing your way in. Just try not to get sunk in the process.
True. Is that our whole
Jamming
lesson?
the enemy ourselves can be as easy as right-clicking their track and selecting our jammers with the EW weapons menu. However, these targets are far enough apart that they won't both be covered by the cone centered on only one of them.
Oh, I see. You send a cone of jamming out. Alright.
The ANS Dusty Tome is carrying a blanket radar jammer. We'll use that to jam both targets by catching them both in the jammer's cone of effect by targeting a position between both contacts. You can target a weapon on a position in space by opening the action menu by right-clicking in open space instead of on a track, and use the sphere widget to target a position between the two contacts. Remember to use the tactical view as it will give you precise bearings for positional targeting. When in the tactical view, you'll see each track's position projected onto the sphere of the widget. To blind both of them, aim for a point between those two projected positions. Remember that you can change the radius of the widget by holding left control and drawing the radius in or out.
Okay, so I want to go tactical view. I want to go open space, EW, jammer. What did she say? Range radius? Oh, I see. So I can line the radius up with them. Right? And then put it here. Ish. Oh, I see. I can lock azimuth. Oh, very nice.
Engaging jamming.
And like that, they can't see us anymore, just like what happened to us. But they can also use the same tactics like burn-throughs or approaching us to sift through the jamming. Even if you don't successfully jam the enemy's tracking of your ships, an active jamming signal will still reduce their sensor accuracy. This is particularly devastating for point defenses, which are shooting at very small, very fast targets and therefore require great accuracy. Using standoff jamming in coordination with your missile salvos will make them devastatingly effective. Let's try it.
Standoff jamming in coordination with missile salvos make them devastatingly effective.
Fire off the missile salvo at the enemy ship ahead, and see how their defenses react with your jammer active.
Well, the jammer's already active, so missiles. Away. Go with hurricanes.
On the way.
Watch how erratically the enemy defenses are firing. Point defense requires pinpoint precision, which your jamming is preventing by flooding their sensors with far too many false contacts.
Understanding what that did now. Because I use hurricanes, it's 1 missile per. In fact, that ship on the left focused on the missile I sent to the ship on the right. Point defense. Yeah, well, I didn't send enough missiles. To be fair.
When using jamming to cover a missile attack, you'll still need to watch out for airburst point defenses like flak guns, as they don't require much accuracy. Most importantly, the blanket jammer has a 90-second firing time. This is to prevent the amplifiers from overheating and being damaged. However, there are times where you absolutely have to be able to use the system, or you'll lose the ship. In that case, you might not care whether the module destroys itself.
Okay.
This is what Battle Short is for. Select the ANS Dusty Tome if it isn't already.
Yeah.
This is the toggle for the Battle Short mode. When this is on, all equipment safeties are disabled, and the equipment will continue to run until it destroys itself. Reserve it for emergency use, or you'll hear an endless litany of profanity from the damage control officer. When Battle Short is enabled, active components with active duration timers will periodically be damaged. However, they will only begin taking damage when they exceed their normal firing time.
Nice.
One last thing to note is that most electronic warfare modules are single-cycle systems. That means they won't repeatedly fire on the same target after their cooldown period, and you'll need to designate a new target every time the system comes off cooldown. Jamming is an extremely powerful tactic when used at the right time. Use it to cover your retreat, confuse enemy fire, cover your missiles, and anything else you can think of.
So it's like smoke.
With that out of the way, that should do it for sensors and EWAR. I hope I made it easy to follow, because the guidebooks on these are nightmarish. I'll see you back at the academy.
Copy that. Very epic. God damn. I'm getting a real life education in space warfare. Minus the whole sensor thing. Advanced maneuvering. Oh yeah. I'm going to learn about headings and rolling. Which I've already kind of figured out, but that's cool, that's cool, that's cool.
Space is vast, Commander. There's usually no cover.
Thanks for the heads
and if
up.
you're lucky, you can see a threat coming kilometers away. Knowing how to move your ship is one thing, but knowing the right maneuver will make sure you come out on top.
Sounds like the person voice acting that's had a bit of trouble with that last sentence.
You can definitely make it out of a fight in one piece without using advanced maneuvers, but you'll see quite a good drop in repairs if you employ them correctly.
Otherwise, very good. Quite a good drop in repairs if you employ them correctly. Oh, maneuvers, yes.
Before we
That's
get
what we're here
started,
for.
let's order the Dusty Tome to enter formation with the small beginnings, so we can see how these commands affect other ships in the formation when issued to the guide ship.
Quiet. Commands on the line.
I mean, where you already are is fine, really. Yeah, you're good.
Falling into form.
Now let's try our first new command. Select the ANS Dusty Tome and open the action menu. All of the commands we'll learn about in this lesson can be found under the Move submenu. The ALD, or Assume Lead command, will cause the formation that this ship is in to restructure itself with the selected ship as the new guide ship. Issue this order now.
Aye aye. Forming up.
It's not uncommon for the guide of the formation to come under fire first, as it's usually the most important ship, making it a prime target. Should it become disabled, its escorts will hold position around it.
Right.
Sometimes you want them to hold the line, but there's other times that you need to sacrifice that disabled ship to save the others. When you have a large formation, the Assume Lead command will save you precious time reorganizing the formation around a new ship that can lead the survivors to safety. It's a lifesaver, literally. Since the Dusty Tome is the guide now, let's keep it selected and start covering the rest of the orders. Open the action menu and the move submenu. We'll first cover the ORB, or Orbit command. This command is useful for keeping your ships moving continuously around a target without having to make hard direction changes constantly. Select it now, but don't issue the order yet.
Whoa.
This is a two-stage command, just like the formations. The first task is to select the orbit anchor, or the position the ships will travel around. Let's set our anchor near the enemy target. Once you have selected the orbit anchor, we'll determine the radius and the angle of the orbit. Notice that when you change the angle of the sphere widget, a dotted line now appears. The dotted line denotes the actual path that the ships will follow. The arrow near your cursor denotes the direction that they will fall along the path. This is determined by the side of the sphere your cursor is on relative to your ship. Go ahead and issue the order now. Make sure there are no obstacles in the path. The circle will turn red if the ship might hit something in its orbit.
Anchor within 1 kilometer of the target. I'm anchoring it on the target, bro. Orbit path. Oh, I see. Hold on. This is confusing. Need to move away a little bit. There we go. Oh god. Yeah, orbit like that, that's good.
We'll be there.
If you want, you can open fire on the target you're orbiting to see how your guns will behave.
I do want. Yes.
Go ahead, command.
Cannons. Let's go with HE.
Beginning the attack.
Send. More HE, yeah, let's do it. Oh, we'll mix it up.
Can take him.
Bit of both.
The real utility of the orbit command is that it keeps your ships moving while keeping a side facing the target on the inside, allowing most weapons a good angle at the target.
I'm a little worried about the formation I've chosen and whether it's how that interacts with the orbit command. Like, if they end up orbiting with one ship on the inside, one on the outside, the ship on the outside is going to have its line of sight blocked by the ship on the inside. Like, target here, friendly here, second friendly here, tries to shoot target, but hits their friendly. You know? Like, I don't know how well these ships handle that. Hopefully they automatically adjust, but I have a feeling they don't.
If you just drive a course, you'll eventually have to turn your ships around, or you'll lose the target behind an obstacle, or just slowly start to mask certain weapons as the angle increases. This will cost you valuable time while the turrets swing around. Orbits help prevent this. The downside, of course, is that your ships will be exposing the same armor to the enemy constantly, allowing them to whittle it down before they lay in heavy munitions. You'll also be presenting a good angle for radar returns, meaning you might be an easier target.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can orbit this target as long as you like, and play with the weapons. When you're ready, issue a drive course order to get our ships heading off into open space, so we can try the remaining commands.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's do drive course. Ready? Move. Where's drive again? Drive course. It should be DRV instead of CRS, but whatever. Whatever.
Course laid in.
Alright, 2 more commands to cover. Both are very situational, but you'll be glad you've got them in your tool belt. Better to have it than not have it at all.
Coming.
Yep.
Open the action menu to the Move submenu, and locate the HDG, or heading command.
Yeah,
The
I've
distance
played
you've
with
got
this
the
already.
sphere out to doesn't matter here, as we're picking a direction instead of a position. Select a direction that is different from the course the formation is currently driving.
Yeah, that's cool. Hold on. I got this.
You heard the orders.
Notice how the entire formation is turning to face that direction, but continue to move along in its ordered course. A modified movement order like this is indicated with a blue box around the movement status icon.
Actually, I think it's just the Dusty Tome that's adjusting its heading. Oh no, they're rotating as well. Wish I could set like a dynamic heading. At the moment its heading is relative to itself. By having it keep its heading pointed at a target point would be even cooler. Are they going to hit each other? Yeah, they're cool. Okay.
Normally your ships will turn into any course they are following, as this allows them to use their main engines and provides the best acceleration. However, when withdrawing under fire, this can expose the main engines, and especially the drive module in the reactor, directly to enemy fire. The hold heading order is useful to keeping the bow pointed towards the enemy, protecting your most vital components during retreat.
And the bow is the front. Yeah.
Cancel hold heading, as well as the next command we'll talk about. Use a CLR or clear command under the move submenu. Clear the heading hold now. The last command we'll cover is the ROL, or roll command. We'll do this for the ANS small beginnings this time. Select the ship and select the order now.
Send your traffic.
The roll command will allow you to select a new direction for the ship to use as its up direction.
Oh, I
Move
see.
the mouse around the widget and click the left mouse button to select a new up direction.
Let's make it up is the dusty tone.
Aye, aye.
Ordering a ship to roll may seem trivial, but like I've said, your radar panels may get taken out by enemy fire. If this is a scout or a spotting ship and it needs to provide targeting data right now, rolling the ship over to expose the functioning panels may be necessary.
Still rolling? Not really. Seems to have decided that it's done.
Also notice that the small beginnings rolled independently of the guide ship, but is still keeping formation. A roll order can also be cancelled with the clear command. And that's it. It may seem simple, but if you use any of these little tricks right, you'll start seeing a difference. I'll see you at the academy.
Cool. I'm loving the detail here. And now we need advanced missile training. Missiles, the most valuable and limited resource on board ships, can decimate targets, but knowing how to use the various missile modes, their advantages and weaknesses, and most of all their strategies will allow for deadly missile volleys to annihilate threats. Can't wait! I love annihilating threats. Oh, the fatal spell. Spotlight Illuminator, VLS 216s. Very cool. I got approval to let you go over Advanced Missile Operations Trial, and I even got a small fleet of mothballed warships to act as target dummies. It'll be fun. You'll get to learn about all sorts of missiles. That's epic. I can't wait to learn how to use railguns. I also wonder what the campaign is like, whether it's sort of like a Battletech style
Out here in the
missions,
cold
but
void,
free
missiles are
roamy.
like diamonds. They're valuable and scarce, and you won't be able to refill your cells under most circumstances. Unless you want to wind up with empty launchers while your enemy is fully stocked, you'll need to learn how and when to use them.
Fair. I kinda need to pee. I'll be right back. Let's continue our education in space warfare.
You can always come back here to practice with missiles, but I can also give you a rundown of what you can throw downrange.
There's the fatal spell. Okay.
You want to take the reins and practice, or would you like me to guide you through it? I've got plenty of time.
I mean, this is meant to be a tutorial. Give me instruction. I want to learn.
Sounds good. Let's get you familiar with advanced missile operations. The enemy ships in this scenario won't shoot back at your ships, but they are all equipped with different types of point defenses, so it won't be as easy to hit them as last time.
Okay.
There are 5 enemy ships in the battle space, but we can only see 3 of them right now. I've disabled your drives for this, as you'll get the most training out of your current position. No cheating and all that. We'll start by firing 2 command-guided missiles, the Hurricanes, from the ANS Small Beginnings at the group of 2 ships directly ahead of us.
Oh yeah, these ones, yeah.
This is the same as during the weapons trial, except now we're going to test the target's defensive capabilities.
Okay.
As a side note, you can track all missiles with your camera by selecting them, or just hover over them with your mouse and hitting the F key.
Cool.
Awaiting
Small
orders,
beginnings.
Commander.
We want to send hurricanes. We want... Send it?
Missiles away.
Haven't tried tracking missiles before.
Don't worry if the missiles get shot down on their way in. Targets have their point defenses on the ventral side of the ships, and since we're below the targets, we're at a disadvantage.
Whoa, there's the PDCs. Whoa, that's some hits. Oof. Oh, he's getting in there? No, there he goes. And then these 2. Targets have their point defenses on the ventral side of their ships, and since we're below the targets, we're at a disadvantage.
Descend and take the elevated position on the targets. But trust me when I say that they can roll their ships to cover the angle much faster than we can get into a more advantageous position.
Right.
You may recall from the weapons trial that I mentioned you can plot complex paths for certain missiles to follow. We're going to work up some clever missile strikes. The easiest way to lay in missile paths is in the tactical view. Toggle it with the spacebar and keep it up. We'll need the extra space. In the weapons trial, we were always using track mode, and in one case visual mode, to target our weapons. Some weapons, and especially missiles, also have a position mode that lets us directly choose points in space to shoot at.
Okay.
Because the Hurricane missiles rely on a constant sensor track from their launching ship, they can't be shot at positions. So let's switch over to the Dusty Tome, which is carrying Thunderheads.
Send traffic.
To target the weapons in position mode, open the action menu by right-clicking in open space. Don't right-click on a track, as this will put the weapons in track mode.
Okay.
Open the weapons list by clicking the Weps or Weapons button on the right side of the action menu.
Thunderhead.
From the list, select the SGM-206 Thunderhead, but don't confirm a launch order just yet.
Oh, we see the cone.
You'll recognize
Good,
the
good.
sphere widget from when we used it briefly in some of the previous trials, but we're going to get
man.
a lot of mileage out of it now. There are a few things to notice. The first is the red cone at the cursor location. This represents the missile's seeker field of view. When the missile reaches its last waypoint, its seeker will activate, and any target in that cone will be locked on by the missile. It's important to remember that the missile seeker and warhead are inactive until it reaches the last waypoint. Because of this, it's important to leave space between where you place the last waypoint and the intended target. A good buffer will allow the missile to correct its course and establish a good path to intercept the target.
Okay.
The next thing you'll notice is the dotted lines and the circles projected onto the surface of the sphere. These are present because we're currently holding several enemy tracks on our sensors. It's very easy to get fooled by perspective in 3D space. These tracks are projected onto the sphere, so you have a good point of reference for the direction the track's relative to your cursor. The most effective way to aim at your target correctly is to look at its projection on the sphere, not the target itself.
Yep.
Before we get to the complicated stuff, just try firing a single missile at the group of 2 ships by positioning the cursor inside one of their projected circles and clicking the left mouse button.
Launch confirmed.
Unless you're extremely lucky, this missile will likely be shot down on its way in. Point defenses are no joke.
Tactical view doesn't show PDs. Oh. I don't know what that was. Bye bye.
Now let's use cruise missiles to their full advantage by laying a path that attacks these ships from the top, where they have no point defense coverage.
That's what I want to hear. Let's
Start with your
go,
missile
dude.
order, and I'll walk you through creating a path and taking multiple shots from the same order.
Awesome.
We're going to arrange a top-down attack using Thunderhead missiles. Remember to be in the tactical view to get the most information and see the projected lines. In order to help you out for this one, I'll place markers for the waypoints we'll use. Place waypoints just how you would with ships. Position the cursor in the vicinity of waypoint 1, and hold the left shift key while clicking the left mouse button to add the waypoint. Don't worry about being exact. Anywhere in the vicinity will work.
Wait. One? Shift.
Now do the same for waypoint 2. If you find it helpful, you can lay in your own path to reach the elevation we need to land a good hit. Now comes the tricky part. We want to fire 4 missiles down on top of these ships. In order to do so, position the target circle so it's facing the targets. Then, hold left control to draw the radius out until it's about halfway between your last waypoint and the target. Remember to give some relief space between the selected position and the target, so the seeker has time to activate. Take your time, and remember to reference your cursor against the projected circles, not the tracks themselves. When you're ready to start placing shots, hold the left Alt key and click the left mouse button. 1 missile will be fired per click when the order is finally issued. I recommend spreading the shots out in a cone a few degrees across, so the salvo has better odds of finding the target. An added bonus is that when missiles acquire a target, they'll curve back in on a trajectory that naturally confuses any point defenses they may encounter. To issue the order, either click the left mouse button with the left Alt key released, or press the Enter key if you have queued up exactly the number of missiles you want. We'll wait till you score a hit on one of these 2 ships before proceeding.
2, 3, 4.
Preparing to launch.
Like an airburst. Let's follow the last one. Oh, these are the like active radar lines. I'm gonna go to the waypoint, point downwards, pick a target. That's a hit. That's a hit. That one missed. Didn't get a target. Ah, poor thing. I think it hit. I think that's what happened. Not sure now. And that missile's dead.
Don't worry if you don't get any hits. Just try again. It's not like these things are expensive.
Ha! Putao, hello. What's up? How you doing? How you doing, Putao? Wait, so I didn't score any hits?
Now we're talking.
Oh, I did. Just had to click continue.
Attacking ships from top and bottom limits the number of mounts that can defend against the attack. It also has the added benefit of increasing the surface area of the vital internal components which are exposed to your fire, meaning more damage is more likely to be done once the missile connects.
Cool.
I'll be honest, Commander. I made you do this one the hard way so you could get some practice with the sphere widget on a target you could see.
Much?
You can also accomplish the same thing using
I
target
don't know where that is.
which you can find under the signal menu as
Where is
the
it?
TRP button.
Target reference points, you can find it. Pretty place? Well, that's cool.
We won't do it now, but feel free to practice on your own later. It'll allow you to create a single waypoint for some missiles to travel via when firing on a track, but keep in mind that not all missiles support this.
What? Are you saying...
Let's move on to another type of missile.
No, let's not. Just yet. Track. Where's the TR... Okay, never mind.
The
Yeah.
AMS Fatal Spell is carrying a few SGM-233 Gale semi-active guided missiles. Semi-active missiles have a passive seeker and require an illuminator to home in on a target. Think of this like a radar flashlight.
Okay, so it's like laser guided.
The illuminating signal can be provided by
Not
any
really.
ship, not just the ship that launched the missile. But that signal must be painted on a target for a missile to home in on it. Without it, the missile is just an expensive dud.
Fair.
The benefit of semi-active missiles is that they are significantly harder to jam or decoy, because a ship can output much more energy than a missile can. Illuminators can be found in the action menu under the EW weapon list on the right-hand side. Illuminate a target.
Alright. DW, Illuminator.
Your illuminator has a 90-second firing time before it turns off so the amplifiers can cool down. You can see its cone of effect in the tactical view.
Masked by hull. Unmasking. Target painted.
Before it cools down, fire 4 Gale missiles at the target you have illuminated.
Gale.
Missile away.
Let's go. Wait,
Remember,
how many
if
fucking
illumination
missiles am I
signals go off
sending?
Before the missiles arrive, they will
Must be
lose track
2%.
and probably miss their target. They'll continue in their current direction, so stationary targets may be struck, but at this point, it's just luck.
Wait. I'm confused. So what happened there? They will lose tracking, miss a target, they'll continue in their current directions or station targets may be struck. At this point, it's just luck. So, 2 of them definitely lost tracking and just didn't hit. What? What?
Illuminators also require a direct line of sight to their target. Ships obscured by asteroids won't be painted.
Of course.
Now let's get some more practice with using waypoint paths. There are 2 more enemy ships hiding in the radar shadows of the nearby asteroids, meaning we can't see them with our own ships. Another benefit of cruise missiles and their ability to follow paths is that you can shoot at targets you suspect to be in the area but do not hold a track on. This is good for hitting ships that have retreated behind an asteroid or other obstacle hiding from our sensors. Use the thunderheads on any of the ships to hit the target hiding near the point I've indicated. Remember to use the tactical view to give yourself the best perspective, and lay in your path so the missiles will turn on their seekers before reaching the target. They'll need time and space to identify a target.
Okay.
While hiding behind asteroids can help you remain hidden from the enemy, it also gives the attacker an advantage. Cover can be a double-edged sword at the worst of times.
Okay. Fuck, this is confusing me. Okay, there we go. Decent enough view here.
By
So-
hugging the asteroid closely with your missile's flight paths, you can give the point defenses less time to react before they detect threats. That means less distance the missiles have to travel through defensive fire.
Right. So. Weapon. Thunderhead. So the radius to match that radius of Point Atlas. And but we don't want these guys PDs to take it out, so we need to go higher a little. A little bit. Sort of. Actually, they're still going to hit it. We'll go down then. We'll go low. Which means we start with a point closer to here. Down. In there someplace. Shift. Okay, so what did we end up with there? God, I hope you can pause the game to set these orders when you're actually playing. Okay, set like a halfway point. Oh, damn it, this is confusing as heck. Okay, it's not really low enough. Oh, actually, no, this is fine. So if I go out to Point Atlas, actually don't want to go out to Point Atlas yet. We want to go more like to like here and just go with like a shift click and then straight to Point Atlas. Baby. Oh man, that's kind of maybe too close. Okay, hold on. How do I revert and revert and revert? Okay, so from here, let's try that again. Set this out to like here or something. Right? And then we'll come down here. Way down below. Asteroid. It's not quite below, is it? It's alright. It's alright. It's still too close. I'd target. I'm confused, honestly. I think I'm getting too close to it. It really feels like it's a little too close. Might just send one and see what happens.
Missile away.
With your PDs, bitch. Oh god. It's quite a long distance. How much fuel does this thing have? See how it goes. Go, Thunderhead missile. Little RCS thrusts there. I know. Oh, it's trying though. Get him. Get him. You're locked on, right? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, even
There's one more ship
damage the
hiding
flak
in the
cannon.
point boxer, above the large
Nice.
boxer. For this one, I'll hide the marker after a few seconds. So get a good feel for where it is. This will be your hardest shot yet, so make me proud.
This will be my hardest shot yet, you say? Okay. Easy mode. Okay, I just have to hit it once, so. this bad boy. Those things first. Gotta get it above the asteroid. Oh, hold on. Tactical mode. Where's the point? I've already lost it. Point's not showing anymore. Wait, it's actually not. Where is it? Super near point boxer. What? It's gone. Be a little spread of missiles then, maybe. I guess, since I don't know where the fuck it went. How many do we have? Can't see from here. How many missiles I have? I'm currently firing from the Dusty Tome. Oh, 26. Alright. So, let me just send one right where I think it is. And then... then 5.
Preparing to launch.
I don't know if it's a bug or if they mentioned that they would disappear the marker, but I look forward to watching these things fly. Go, 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 my little missiles. How cute they are. Oh! Look at all that PD. Oh, maybe she mentioned that. God, that is strong PD. Okay, so the top is laser PD. Jesus. Okay. But we were in the right area. Fuck, but now I have to try and remember where that was. Okay. Fuck. Maybe we'll go around the side, see how that goes. In fact, I'm pretty sure I could just... Not sure where exactly the ship is. I think I have to still come out a little bit. Like out here somewhere. And then the ship is somewhere around here. So it literally just... I mean, I've got a fuck ton of missiles, so let's just send a bunch and see what happens.
Missile away.
Send fucking whatever that was, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. I don't even know if that's in the right spot. It might be up here. Oh no. Look how tightly they hug. Oh, that one hit it! Oh no! Actually, I think the other one just hit the rock. I don't think it got PD'd. Oh no, the laser! Where's the ship? Where is it? Oh, it's there. It's above. Good if the missile sent their tracking data back. Okay. None of them saw it. It's like around the same as this. Okay, it's around the same elevation as this bit here. Okay. That's cool, we can work with that. Make sure we're kind of higher. So we should be able to... around here somewhere. Should be somewhere around like...
Target confirmed. Missile away.
Fuck. I meant to add more. We'll see if that's in the right spot. Okay. I'm aiming for somewhere around here currently. If it even makes it around the rock, I was kind of threading it pretty close. I think I gave it enough room to maneuver. Shit. I think I had it in the right area. It's somewhere around here. God, that sucks. Next one's going to be all 13. 13. What if we just go underneath and then come back up and basically go on a path like this? So we just go underneath and just go like that. I'm down for that. Let's fucking do that and send 13 of them. Although hugging the rock does give us a bit more time to hit him. Yeah, actually I think I would prefer to hug the rock because then we're going to be very close. Yeah, alright, alright. I'll do it that way. What elevation is that? That's a little not really where I meant it. But whatever. We're kind of low here, I think. We're kind of low, like down there. From there, we should basically have a clear sighting of it. It's like all around here, so. Send 6. Let's see what happens.
Our missile count is low.
I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. I think we're still exposed to the PD, but oh no, it's gonna easily take them all out. But at least we're targeting it. That's a hit.
Work, Commander.
And this one's also in a blind spot. Nice. Awesome. I kind of want to check out those hits. There we go, hit down here. Very cool.
That does it for your advanced missile ops. You can come back whenever you feel you need practice. Obviously, I can go through all of this again, but I think you have it under control. I do recommend practicing the missile paths. When you lay these in accurately and quickly in the midst of battle, you'll be a serious threat in the battle space. I'll see you back at the academy.
Nice. Time to actually enter a real battle after only 2 hours of the tutorial. Oh, there is no campaign yet. We've finished all the tutorial stuff. I guess I'm doing a skirmish. Start a frigate fleet. If I make a new, like, cute little tiny fleet with only, like, 2 ships. Control, let's go with Annihilation. Well, Station Capture sounds cool. No limit. God, there's so many ships. Starter, TF Oak. They're kind of big though, aren't they? Task Force. Like, that small number of points. I guess the frigate fleet is cool. Yeah, we'll do the frigate fleet. Oh, cool. That's cool. Okay. Here we go. I'm kind of nervous. Because of how complicated this is. Can I pause the game in a skirmish? It's just all gonna have to be real time. It's all gonna have to be real time. I'm scared. How does this work? There's the facility and we have to get close to it. I didn't even learn deployment. How the fuck does this work? I'm just choosing. With this guy down here. See what happens. The pillars, Sullivan system. Oh, and they're gonna flip around? Show us the flip. No flip. I'm gonna wait for that. Or their normal thrust. Okay. I'm in this game. Ugh. This is scary.
Orders.
It's already leading. Okay. Let's get you. Used and scared. In close quarters. It's got the bullseye radar. Let's get you like over here, I think.
On it.
I think. Somewhere like that.
Send traffic.
Get you. Honestly, you're in kind of a good spot. Decent cover, I think. What missiles has this got? Oh, just missiles and PDT. Okay, so he's just missiles. So he's probably fine hanging back a little bit.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
And Stout Coral is all missiles. So the ANS has all the cannons. He's the front line.
Orders.
Oh, this guy's all guns. Trick of Selena. Jesus. Makes sense, I guess. He's sort of supporting that other ship. Stout Coral. Oh, he's in no cover. Let's move you over here.
We're on the way, Commander.
Okay. Okay. We're moving. I'm gonna use the asteroids for cover and sort of. Maybe I should just go really aggressive so I can start learning really quickly and send these guys in an orbit around the facility. It's tempting. I mean, we have to take it eventually.
Receiving.
Right, yeah. Someone has to go over there. I'm sort of setting up to wait for it, but no, let's set up. So orbit. I haven't even. Oh my god, where's the fucking thing? There. Holy shit. Yeah, well, you're not going to be here. You're going to be orbiting it. It's going to be epic and stuff. Oh god, I'm inside rocks.
Aye, aye, full burn.
Okay. Eva.
They're locking onto us.
What? Who? This guy? Stout Coral?
Waiting orders.
Oh shit. Evasive.
Standing by. Orders.
In your radar.
The enemy has us
Transmit.
scanned, attempting to counter. We're ready whenever you are.
This guy has a blanket jammer. Oh, that's not good. That's alright. You'll be fine once you get behind this rock. Then what are they gonna do?
Hostile spike drone scope. Ready.
Need to move very quickly. Are you gonna try and fly through this asteroid? Because it's not a good idea. Please tell me you're gonna navigate around it. I don't have to specifically tell you to do that. Oh shit. What are you doing? Actually just gonna crash into this asteroid? Tell me you're not. No way I have to give specific instructions not to hit asteroids. Well, you might not hit it. Jeez, it's kind of fine though. I'm gonna set his roll. If he's up, direction is more like this.
They're locking on. Orders.
And with you. Like this. I think it's gonna be better.
Ready.
You've got the bullseye. Let's try a lock.
Attempting lock on. Fire.
Who's that? Oh shit. Okay, maybe you should both shoot at him.
Looks like we're being jammed. We'll get it done.
Oh, you're already firing.
Target
Good.
lost. Holding fire.
Bitch. Probably bring this guy out. Man, I don't know how this fucking works.
We're reading you.
Evasive.
Orders.
You also evasive.
Standing by. Standing by.
Oh shit, this guy's in trouble.
Receiving.
Taking hits, enemy fire control locked. Ah, I need to get this guy in with the jammer.
Receiving.
Man, it's so...
Destroyed.
Just move. just get out there.
Copy that. Component breached.
Okay, this guy.
Missile on the scope.
Oh shit.
Low missiles reported. Heads up, they're jamming us.
I used my jammer.
Tubes nearly empty, Commander. Internal damage. Component destroyed.
1,000 meters. Let's go back to
Missile
1,000.
Evac protocol.
Oh, do we already lose the ship? Man, this is I don't really know. They're dead. Still getting fired at though. So he's just drifting. He needs to burn hard so he does not getting shot. Oh, he's already gonna die. Wait, how is this thing dying? It's just been sitting here. It's actually got a reactor thingy. Man, this is a brutal game. How is it possible to keep track of all of this in real time without being able to pause the game?
Get that component back.
Oh, well I can, but not pause and set orders. Like, Jesus.
We need repair team stat.
Well, he's just gonna die. This game is lost. It doesn't look like he's doing much evasive movement. So let's just go direct since he's not doing it anyway.
Power control failing.
And take shots at him as well. Damn. I really wanted to fight with a much smaller fleet because this many ships is too much for me to manage at once.
Reports power restored. Reporting power malfunction.
Yeah, I might just quit this one. Because goddamn. Even after the tutorials, it's just like, fuck. Let's go with this because it's only 2 ships. Even though they seem to have a lot on them. Bullseye. There's only 2 of them. Something very simple. Go Annihilation, no time limit. If. Nebulous is fine, I think. Alright. Fuck immigrants? How you doing, Choppy? That's crazy. I think I need to take it much more slowly. It's limiting my game to 60 FPS even though I didn't ask it to. VSync is off. Alright, go ahead and flip that baby around, please.
We hear you, Command. Right away, Commander. What are our orders, Commander? You heard the orders. Let's go.
Just turn that bitch around. And then we will do lots of thinking while I try and figure out what the fuck. You're Jefe for a little? I don't know what that means, Choppy. Sorry. Wait, why is that still missing? It's the thing. There we go.
Yes, Commander. What are our orders, Commander?
We've got a big gun and an even bigger gun. Actually, they might be the same kind of gun. Mark 68, Mark 66. That just has 3 barrels instead of 2. I'm guessing it's something like that. I don't know. For a little until you hit the gym? Ah, very cool. It's got these little guns on the side. Got some missiles. Like the AI can make decisions way faster than I ever could. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man.
We hear you, Command.
Use a tactical view. The enemy will be somewhere on the opposite side of this shit. Let's try and move down there.
We're underway.
Cool.
Yes, Commander.
These guys, I'll move over to this little rock here. I don't know. Like here?
We are en route, Commander.
And I'll set heading. I'll let them move normally.
We hear you, Command.
So they're going to be on either ends of this asteroid. which is maybe not a good thing, but they're both kind of independent. They both have bullseyes,
Yes, Commander.
identical ships, so. Oh, he's still got that heading. Yeah, no, clear heading. That's fine.
Quiet. Command's on the line. What are our orders, Commander?
Go faster. That's your orders. How are you, Choppy? In the gas station, BRB? Okay. We also need visibility. Don't want to be waiting behind a rock for the enemy to arrive. It should be visible soon. Neither of these guys can see past this rock, so I'll get this guy to
Awaiting your orders.
travel a little further out. Actually, cover to cover. Let's try and remember some, you know, some tactics. Not from space combat, but from combat in general.
We are en route, Commander.
Good spot. So as he comes out, he'll be broadside in that way. If he sees anything he can shoot, we'll end up over here.
We hear you, Commander.
This guy, at least they move slowly. This guy, where's his next piece of cover? It's not a lot. Up there, that's his next piece. Well, that central piece. No, we want to keep our distance, so we're going to go over here.
We'll be there before you know it.
Yep, good spot, good cover.
We hear you, Command.
No visual on anything yet. Weapons control. Weapons free. That's good. We want weapons free. We start with HE. Let's look at HE. Oh, signals for multiplayer, I guess. Okay. This is a little bit less overwhelming so far. It's moving cover to cover, being safe, but moving out to get visibility and then moving back in immediately. Being on that heading, I think, is good. Okay, but where's your next path? Bring you down here. Sort of waypoint system here. Then we'll head down here.
We're underway.
I think that's good.
Quiet. Command's on the line.
This guy's still traveling, so I haven't found anything. They're quite separated now. Yeah, they're 8 kilometers apart, which is probably a bit dangerous. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably spreading them a little too far. The idea is that I'm going to try and play it safe. And if one spots enemy, it will essentially just play defensive while the other one comes in for a sort of flank, I guess. But it'll be interesting. Yeah, this guy's going way too far, actually. He's already on his path, though, so I'm going to have him loop around. Actually, I might start setting up those waypoints now. Have him loop around and have her over this rock. So we'll move. Oh, that's odd. Oh, I'll just wait for him to get there.
Commander. Yes, Commander.
Okay, so then what we'll do. And then we'll loop up to that thing. See what we see. Wait, where am I? Oh, yeah, we're going up to this rock over here. Probably on the rear side of it, I think. So I think around here is actually good.
Course laid in.
Wait. Oh yeah, that's good. For a second I thought I cancelled my waypoints. Alright. This guy's still moving. Oh, he's just arrived. I haven't seen anything yet. Maybe they're all up the top. I mean, I am quite... Gas or petrol? No, we call them servos. Because we call them service stations. So, servos for short. But some people say gas station, some people say petrol station sometimes, but most people call them servos. I think gas is a more American thing. I don't think a lot of people say, like, I'm going to get some gas, I'm going to the gas station. But petrol is pretty normal. But it's usually servo. Usually servo or service station. Actually, I don't think anyone really says service station. They just say servo or like petrol station. I don't know. Wait, we saw and immediately lost a contact? Hold on.
Commander.
I'm scared.
We hear you, Command.
Okay, this guy's a little too hidden, I think. He's heading to that rock.
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
This guy can go a little high. That's what I think. Maintain heading of like that way.
You heard the orders.
And then move. Move just like literally where you are, except I lock azimuth. I kind of do that. That sucks.
We'll be there before you know it.
That's a perfectly fine spot. A little bit exposed, but we'll be able to see a bit more. You can just drop back down.
Awaiting your orders, Commander. Quiet. Commands on
You
the
should
line.
keep his heading that way. I do need to adjust his roll though.
Yes, Commander.
That way should be
Right
up.
away.
In fact, let's go all the way to something like that.
You heard the orders. Let's go. What are our orders, Commander?
This guy's already got a good... Actually, if they're above us, if they're among us, then I need to roll them more to the right or left. But I need to roll them more. Because if it's going to be more of a vertical fight. Sorry, I'm sorry. That was a terrible accent. I mean impression. So I'm pretty sure there's one, I didn't quite catch where it was, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere up here above value judgment, but he can't see it right now, so by now they could be like directly above us, they could even be coming around behind us. So I haven't really gained a lot of information with the way I've been moving.
Your command. Quiet.
Oh shit,
Commands on the line.
but who's locking? Him. He's 10,000 kilometers away. Tracked. Okay, it's just we both tracked each other, I guess. I'll leave him on. Why not? So he's way up here. He's like playing it super safe. The UK call it petrol? Fair enough. I think gas station is pretty much the only one that people don't really say here. I think it's also because it's pretty rare for... Not rare, but... No, it's actually, yeah, it's fairly rare for vehicles to run on, like, actual gas. Some vehicles run on LPG. Most cars here are, like, unleaded or diesel or electric. So gas doesn't really make sense. But yeah, I think it's just also, no one really says it. Okay,
What are our orders,
not making much progress in finding and killing the enemy. I can switch to tactical mode so I can get a better view of rocks. Okay, I want to pull back. Maybe we can move up to that. Not a lot of cover in between. Oops. So used to space being up. Moral failing. Doesn't have a lot of room to move from where he is. Move up into that ring structure, I guess. That could work. Put him up here. Give him somewhere to hide. Sort of. Not the only other place you can move to from where I put him. Oh my god, stop. From there, pretty much just go vertical.
Course laid in.
Go there. See how dangerous that ends up being. And clear roll and heading.
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
And this guy, let's get out of that. Just go climb. Just climb. That's all I want him to do.
Turning up the engines now. Aye, aye, Commander.
I just want you to float upwards. Know what the fuck you are doing. The hell is that heading, bro? Oh, he's got it. He's got it. But you're ruining your roll, though.
Right away, Commander.
Get vertical. Back, go a little past vertical. I really need to be hunting down the enemy ships. I'd do something a little risky. Move them up to this rock up here. They need support from this guy.
We hear you, Command.
So let's wait for it. Here until 6 AM your time? I don't know when that is. Is that in like 20 minutes? Fuck, nigga. This game is like that one game. It sure is. It sure is. It'd be good if I could get some action, but I just don't want it to be like the action of the last round I played, where I completely had no way of understanding what the fuck was going on. 20? Okay, well that's when the stream ends anyway, so. If I choose to end it.
Quiet.
Fuck.
Commands on the
Got hold
line.
of that.
Target lock achieved.
Pretty close to us. I mean, fire at will. Like,
The enemy's locked on to us.
oh shit. Gosh, that.
We'll be there before you know it.
We've got a heading set, I think. I don't have any missiles, just guns. Did he hit? No hits. No hits. Okay. Does this game work? I'm just commanding these guys, these ships, and I need to take out some enemy ships like that one that just fired at us. But it's very, very detailed, so... that needs to all be on. So there's a lot I have to manage. And not a lot of time to manage it. I'm very new to it. Playing it for the first time.
We'll be there before you know it.
Let's get vertical. It is like that other game. Where's our contact? There he is. Okay, hold up.
Cutting the engines.
Got engines, yes.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, we do have some missiles. What kind of missiles are they? Oh shit.
What are our orders, Commander? We can't target them from that distance.
Well, how the fuck are they shooting at us? Oh, with shitty targeting. Okay. Well then, let's move. For alien immigrants? Fair. They deserve to be killed. I mean, I'm sure there was a good reason or something. Let's put this guy. Fuck, he's not really got any cover to move to where he can shoot from. Oh, they're both there together. Shit. Okay, this guy needs to send missiles.
Brace for enemy fire.
Oh shit. No, don't stop moving.
We are en route, Commander. Have a lock.
You don't need to evade, just fucking fly. Just stop getting hit.
Yes, Commander. Course laid in. Yes, Commander.
Oh, it's taking hits. Yeah, that's fine. Need him to move and not die. Okay, but he's going to get to that point and then he has nowhere to go, so... I'm going to move him back towards the friendly over here. Actually, I'll move him up it to this rock. Oh, I don't know. I'll just send him out into a fucking orbit pattern.
Have a lock. We've locked the component. Incoming.
Oh, this ship is taking so much damage.
We'll be there before you know it.
Okay. I mean, they'll figure out the damage. We've only... I'm sure the ship's fine. Is this ship firing yet? Oh god, it's not even moving. Oh man, there's so much to fucking manage.
En route, Commander.
Just get moving.
Tracking target. Yes, Commander. Firing solution locked in. Quiet. Command's on the line. What are our orders, Commander? We're
Actually,
on
lock that
target.
one. But just focus on him.
A component has been destroyed.
Fuck. What is that? Taking hits. I'm aware of that. Yeah, well, we're going to lose a lot of life. We've already lost a fair few. But actually, he needs to get lower.
Let's move quickly.
Where the other one can't see him. Okay, that's not going to work.
A component has been destroyed. Our component is destroyed. Let's move. Let's move.
Oh, they're fucking this ship up.
Awaiting your orders. Component wrecked.
How's this ship holding up? How is it fine? That thing is fine. Completely unaffected.
What do you want? A component is destroyed.
Before you completely die.
We're losing modules.
AP.
Rack 'em up.
Sends them AP rounds before the ship completely blows up.
We're losing
Oh, and send missiles. Forgot about those. Why can't I fire missiles? We have a missile launcher.
component wrecked. Component wrecked.
What? Wait, we have missiles.
Quiet. Command's on the line.
Why can't I fire missiles?
Talk to us.
You should be on evade. I don't know why you weren't already.
Yes, Commander.
Why can't I send missiles? I have a missile launcher. I'm a little confused.
Component is destroyed. Make it
Yeah, this ship's dying. It's gonna blow the fuck up.
What is it,
I
Commander?
might have to adjust course. What I'm gonna do, since he's gonna blow up, I'm gonna put him like in their course. Also, fucking clear heading.
We're losing components. More orders, Commander.
Whoa, what's with the roll, dude? That's terrible.
Right away.
I mean, I guess what he's doing kind of makes sense. I don't know. Why can't I fire missiles? It showed me how to fire missiles, and now I just can't use them? Like... Prioritize point defense, reload all weapons. Yeah, reload all weapons, I guess. I don't know.
Good.
Oh, that thing's fucking... dead.
What are our orders?
This guy firing?
You heard the orders. Let's go.
Excuse me?
Locked in.
Shoot him. We're losing components. I know, this ship's fucked. The first ship? Completely fucked.
Your orders, Commander.
They're in at point blank range. Like, fuck. Shoot them. Also, stop turning the goddamn ship. Would be good.
You heard the orders.
Why are we not firing? I feel... Are we...
Command is back. What is it, Command?
Is this ship just not moving? I thought I told it to move.
We need to move now. Yes, Commander.
This ship is not firing, is it? Oh, there we go. There's some shots.
Make it quick.
I not send, why? I don't understand why I can't. We have a missile launcher and I can't send missiles. Like, charged with disobeying your higher ups. This ship is fucked. I don't understand why I can't fire my missiles. I don't understand why they're like disabled or something.
Yes, Commander. What do you want?
All the guns are offline except for this Mark 66.
Fire!
which should be firing.
What are our orders, Commander? A component is destroyed!
Let's just charge at these guys.
Course laid in.
I don't get... We're getting good hits on this thing. Intel condition 40%, 100% on that one. Ooh. This thing is so dead. It's got nothing. Oh, no command.
We hear you, Command.
I don't understand why I can't do missiles. There's a missile launcher, but it won't let me launch missiles.
Command is back online. What do you want? We're getting low on ammunition.
What I want you to do is just fire on this guy.
We're losing modules.
Maybe set the HE.
Fire!
Fire. Yeah. Okay. Just follow him.
Component wrecked. Form up.
He can't move. Because they damaged it. No, both of them. It's green because it's undamaged and it's idle. Hold on, where is that on this ship? Chafe. Oh, they might contain chafe. So they may be countermeasures instead of missiles. That's my bad.
What do you want?
That thing is not dying, and it should be dying.
Can't see them. Course laid in.
Charge!
Make it quick.
Oh, this thing cannot risk using flank speed. Ha! Thrust power critical.
We hear you.
This thing's mostly
What do
fine.
you want?
He needs to turn off his well, they're disabled anyway, so.
Target confirmed.
So, I'll focus on this guy, and he can fire on this thing.
Firing solution locked in.
In fact, let's start with AP.
We can take him.
Condition 94%. Sorry? They just magically repair themselves?
Talk to us.
Oh, that's right, you can, oh, never mind. Told you, what did you tell me? Yeah, well, this thing's beyond help now, but it still has at least one functional gun. So we can attack this bitch.
What are our orders, Commander? Make it quick.
Yeah, just go for that.
Rack 'em up. We hear you, Command. We'll be there before you know.
Dive, baby.
Make it quick. Awaiting your orders.
I don't know how that... Like... This ship is still in the fucking sky. We're going to gym now. Bye, bro. Have fun. Alright, you enjoy your workout. Thanks for dropping by, man. I'll see if I can somehow scrape out of this. Actually, it's a better. Yeah, that's the one. There we go.
What is it, Command?
I mean, this ship is fucked.
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
This ship, we need to continue going lower.
We're underway.
I figured to set it to follow these enemy ships. There we go.
Receiving. Yes, Commander.
HE.
Tracking target. Orders, Command. Acquiring your target.
Now in a chase. This ship looks pretty fucked, but I don't know how fucked it really is. That weapon looks dead. If I could get some sort of damage report on the enemies.
Quiet. Command's on the line.
And boarding action would also be cool. But not the kind of thing you'd do in this situation anyway. Like I'm metagaming by listening to the audio there. This ship looks fucking fine. I swear it was fucked at one point. Like they both were. Doesn't sound good. They're not firing back.
Receiving.
They're slowing down.
Quiet. Command's on the line.
Oh, that thing's dead. Focus on him.
Now let's finish him. We can take him. We see them. Awaiting your orders, Commander. We are en route, Commander. Our ammunition's running out. We are en route, Commander.
We'll just keep shooting, boys.
Target lock achieved. Yes, Commander. We can take him. We hear you, Command. We are en route, Commander.
And keep firing.
Target lock achieved.
Oh, we're out of ammo. Oh, back to AP then. Fuck it, let's both go AP.
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
Fire! Boom! Not firing because all the weapons are masked. Oh, he's bringing them about though. Look at that top gun. A triple barrel getting ready. Hit him! God damn it! He's trying to roll. There we go. Bottom guns? Yeah. Back this way, back this way.
Course laid in. Quiet. Command's on the line.
Where's it's his top gun. Is it? Which gun of his is still operational? No, the Mark 68 is the top one. It's none of the bottom ones that's still operational. There we go. You still got HE, so go for HE.
Yes, Commander.
I don't know why that would be on.
Let's go. What are our orders, Commander? Quiet. Command's on the line.
Wait, is the other one online again? No, that ship survive.
Tracking target. Firing solution locked in. We hear you, Command. Turning up the engines now.
Get nice and close with him. Burn at 1/3 speed. Oh my god, that thing is burning. Like that thrust plume is not normal. There he goes. I wonder if his reactor's gonna blow up. Well, we're all dead if that happens. Be pretty epic. He seems pretty dead though.
Awaiting your orders, Commander. We can take him. Firing solution locked
Right,
in.
focus on that guy. You know what? I have a much better idea than what we're already doing.
Right away. Aye, aye, Commander.
I'll have to wait for them to roll around.
Quiet. Command's on the line. Turning up the engines now. What are our orders, Commander?
Why even bother getting closer when I can just... What is that? Are they little lifeboats? He's down! Well, he's not running away from that ship, so surely the AI would be smart enough to do that if that's so cute. That means they're all down.
Quiet. Command's on the line. Target confirmed. Tracking
Keep
target.
firing.
What are our orders, Commander? Ammunition.
Little lifeboats. Who's... Oh, they both are. Imagine not having enough ammunition to win the fight. This guy's not exactly running. I've allowed him some time to repair, which is no good. But this guy's popping out lifeboats, so we know he's out of it. $232. Okay, we lost a few. Man, the moral failing, calm. Crew status calm. They're only heightened. Damn, that's nice. Oh no, he's hooking around to return fire, I think. What is that beeping? I don't know what it means. Yeah, see, this is what I want. We just want to be on a plane above them where all guns have good view. What's this guy even doing? Nothing. We've won. Poofer. Oh, to go through... Hold on, let me see that. There's an achievement. Have a shell pass through one ship and another behind it. Nice. Yeah, look at that. Lay into him. Well, I think this is a win. But, oh, straight through. I don't know at what point it decides that it's a win. Obviously the lifeboat's already jumped out of this one. Oh, they haven't jumped out of this one yet.
Quiet. Commands on the line.
God, this thing is peppered.
Quiet. Commands on the line. Hostile lock detected.
Hostile lock?
Quiet. Commands on the line.
Fucking send it. Do whatever you will. Who locked? Repair team, idle. Yeah, kind of doing everything they can be doing, I think.
We hear you, command.
Well, keep firing. Empty on HE, nominal on AP. Flak round. Oh, that's our PD. Can I force it to shoot him with the PD? That would be sick. I'd love to manually fire the point defense at them. Hold on, what's this? Tells automatic manually tasking of point defense. When in manual, tells only shoot as needed. Manual.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Come on, show me the point defense firing that thing. Where is the point defense? Damn it, they're not firing. Oh, that would have been so cool. That would have been sick.
Ammunition stores low. Yes, Commander.
Point on any target missiles directly threatening this ship. Yeah.
Awaiting more orders.
Well, this is kind of the boring part, I guess, because I don't know how long it takes to win this fight. I don't know if the game will tell me that I've won. I think it's a long time to end this ship. But this is kind of a victory already. Like, it's not returning fire. I don't know how this goes. Oh, that sounded bad. I want to see it pop out. Oh yeah, I want to see it pop out some
What are our orders, Commander?
some lifeboats. Once this thing pops out lifeboats, if it doesn't tell me I've won, then I'll quit anyway. Because if they've popped out lifeboats, we already know the fight is over for them. This thing's out, but this thing continues to insist. Our round's just gone straight through. Man, I would love to just make the point defense fire at it as well. That'd be so cool. Very expanse, but doesn't let me do it even when I put point defense on manual.
You heard the orders.
Man, at what point does this thing give up? I think I can call this a win. I was gonna do another round. But I'll try to make it go quicker next time. Yeah, I might just call it there. I mean, I really want to see the lifeboats. This thing, it's not even dying. Really? Yeah, I'll call it there. Wait, oh yeah. Because that's not going anywhere. Well. Oh. Sorry, let me switch back to the game real quick. Because I just quit out of it and I can see the result. So, eliminated. But this one was not eliminated. It actually... Damage repaired, damage received 19,000, damage received 25,000, damage received 31,000. This thing took 31k in damage and still wasn't eliminated. This thing took nothing, 2k in damage. So this thing tanked all of our damage. And these guys... I guess it just took some critical damage. Like, yeah, that's the reactor. This thing was... All the hits were coming up here, and they weren't really doing much back here. So it was going to take a while before that shit died. So, but I had him. I had the win. Somehow. Despite the terrible start. So, That's pretty cool. I'm gonna spend some time on my own. Oh, I guess I don't have to. I mean, like, I don't. I could keep playing a little bit. It is No, I'm free. I got the time. What I'd like to do is jump into the fleet editor. Oh, let me go back to Oh, and also me. Yes. Ship name prefix. Let's go with AT0. Hull badge. We'll go with Alliance, Alliance Shield, ANSC, NSC2. Yeah, these all are clearly associated with in-game factions. So let's go no badge. Or PMCs or something, I don't know. Hull paint primary. Okay. Blue. Steely blue. I think. Stripe. A black stripe? Maybe like an orange stripe? Or a brown stripe? I like that as a stripe. Yeah, I like these colors. AT0, Colt, and Debit. So how does this work? Fleet composition. Initial formations? Oh, I see. So this is from blank hull from ship template. From blank hull. Oh, I see. Sprinter, Rains. This is a Rains frigate. Let's go with a destroyer, light cruiser, heavy cruiser, battleship. I would love a battleship. But let's try and keep it around frigates. What is this Corvette like? Flank damage probability minus 20%. Beam. Lacking space for more advanced ship systems and weapons, the Sprinter is unrivaled in its speed and agility, while also being the smallest warship to wield the MLS-3 torpedo launcher. I don't think I need a small warship. I think I want the Rains. Where are the Rains? Oh, we already had the Rains. Yeah, never mind. Colt and Debit. No, the first ship will be called... I don't know. It's patents. That is so cool. That's far more detailed than I ever expected for generating a random name. Optional call sign or nickname, so I don't have to choose between giving a ship a proper name or a utilitarian name like Scout 1. When a call sign is set, we use and your ship lift, the name will remain on the hull. Ah, so cool. FF, FFG, FFE. I don't know what the difference is between those. That's just how I choose for the frigate thing to be. Okay. Well, I'll leave it for now and I'll modify it later. Man, there's so much to do here, actually. I think it's too much for me to do right now. Yeah, I do need to stop. I'm going to mess with this off stream, though. But yes, thank you for hanging out, my gamer. That's pretty cool. I like it. So far, it doesn't look like you can completely build your own ship, because that would probably be kind of complicated, but being able to customize the loadout honestly is enough considering how detailed the combat is. I'm gonna practice a little bit. So hopefully next stream. Actually, I might not even be able to stream next time because I might be at my parents' place. We'll see. But yeah, I really want to get better at it because this is something that I would love to be able to say that I'm good at is this 3D space combat strategy. Even though it's a completely useless skill in real life, I don't know. I would just be really proud of myself if I could be good at this game. It's just like, I don't know. It's just exactly the kind of shit I like to see in sci-fi and stuff. So I would love to be able to say that I understand it on some level, even if it's just, even if some of it is only applicable to this game, a lot of it being fairly realistic means it's applicable to other hard sci-fi. I think the main thing that's unrealistic in this game, but they did it for gameplay purposes, is the whole sensor and stealth thing. Because in reality, there would be no hiding from any sensor. Like, there would be no stealth. There's no stealth in space. There's been plenty of research poured into that, and the fact remains there's no stealth in space. Well, no stealth, literally no stealth when you are just in space to someone. But if you are, behind a very big rock, then that could count as stealth. So, like being on the other side of a planet, but there's no short range tactical stealth. It's all big boy stuff, long term stuff. Anyway, but it's good that it's in the game because it makes it more interesting than just immediately knowing where everyone is. But that is all. Looking forward to exploring this one and getting better at it. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dropping by, those who did. Which was just Choppy and Hootao and Moose King earlier. We probably fell asleep. And I'll see you next time. So, bye.